Tonight on Look Up Weekend, a 19-gun salute for the fallen CDF General Francis Ogolla at the Ulinzi grounds in Nairobi.
I am proud to bear the witness that General Francis Ogolla stood head and shoulders among the finest of exemplary public servants.
President William Ruto leads the military honors ceremony for CDF Ogolla. Transport Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen appoints aircraft accident investigation team after the KDF chopper crash on Thursday. And veteran journalist Michael Oyer dies in hospital while receiving treatment in Nairobi. Many thanks for joining us from wherever you're watching from. Once again, my name is John Matava. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Felista Adundo. Please stay with us as we continue with the bulletin tonight. Members of the Kenya Defence Forces have honored the late Chief of Defence Forces, General Francis Ogolla, with a 19-gun salute in a colorful military honor and a service held at Ulinzi Sports Stadium in Lang'ata. General Ogolla is the first Chief of Defence Forces to die while in office and on active military duty. He was the 10th military chief in the country. The body of the late Ogolla left Mashujaa Funeral Home for Ulinzi Sports Complex at 11 a.m. in the morning. The ceremony officially began at 1 p.m. afternoon, with prayers followed by speeches and ultimately military honors. Today's ceremony included military honors organized in accordance with Permanent Defence Force Directive No. 5 of 2020, outlining the protocols to be followed and the respect to be accorded to the departed general.
Basi Mheshimiwa Rais, unavyotazama ndege hizi nne zimeweza kupita hivi.
In addition to the 19-gun salute, Ogolla was honored with a minute of silence at the missing man formation. Soldiers have also arranged for prayer service at the same location 5 days after the burial. The body of the late General Ogolla will be flown by plane to Ngia village in the Lagos Songa constituency, Siaya County, on Sunday morning for burial on the same day. John Matava, Lookuptv. Now, as the world joins Kenya in mourning its fallen soldiers, President William Ruto has eulogized the commander of the Kenya Defence Forces, the late General Francis Ogolla, as a patriotic, consummate, passionate, and accomplished military commander with a great humility. President Ruto says General Ogolla was a visionary leader who enjoyed an illustrious military career and served in the nation and the military force professionally. Our reporter Edgar Gabriel looks at how the head of state remembered his fallen CDF and files the following report.
The gun salutes that marked the end of an illustrious military career for the Chief of Defence Forces, General Francis Omondi Ogolla. The first commander of the Defence Forces to have died while in office in the country. His death came as a big blow to the head of state, President William Ruto, who is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. And indeed, President Ruto paid a glowing tribute to his commander, who lost his life in a terrible helicopter crash in Elgeyo Marakwet County that also took the lives of 9 other commanders.
General Ogolla represents the best of what Kenya has to offer. We are here to say bye-bye to a consummate military officer, a passionate, accomplished, military commander, and a patriotic citizen of Kenya with great humility.
President Ruto reflected on the events that played out at the Bomas of Kenya during the announcement of the presidential results, where he was declared the winner amid the chaos.
All the recommendations that I got on the next CDF and all the advice that I got about the next CDF did not include the name of General Ogolla, unfortunately. But he was a military officer with a distinguished career. There was only one problem: the events of the 15th of August at the Bomas of Kenya. And so, I asked General Ogolla for a meeting. And I had a one-on-one, man-to-man, come to Jesus meeting with General Ogolla. And when we concluded that meeting, General Ogolla told me the following: Mr. President, I have no defense. I will not try to defend myself. It was wrong what happened. And you have three choices. Either send me to court-martial, or have me retired, or forgive me.
With the unfolding events in mind, President Ruto said he defied the advice from security chiefs and proceeded to appoint Ogolla, the Chief of Defense Forces, due to his qualification.
And I had been told, you need to be careful who you appoint into these offices, because they mean a lot and they are very sensitive. And I had even been told that, please, don't be shy to appoint members of your community. You will be safe. I had made a conscious, deliberate decision that we were going to take a different trajectory as a country, where merit, professionalism, and competence must come before ethnicity. And I made up my mind that General Ogolla deserved to be the Chief of Defense Forces of the Republic of Kenya.
As the country comes to terms with the events of that fateful day, President Ruto notes that the death of General Ogolla has robbed the country a gallant soldier.
I am proud to bear the witness that General Francis Ogolla stood head and shoulders among the finest of exemplary public servants. It has been an extraordinary privilege to work closely with him, to benefit from his wisdom, experience, and insights.
In honor of General Ogolla's service to the nation, President Ruto says his administration will take care of the family's fallen CDF. Edgar Wabwire, Lookuptv.
While on that, leaders and the general public came together at the Ulinzi Sports Complex to honor the Chief of Defense Forces, General Ogolla, who died in an helicopter crash while with 9 others, Cdf officials at Sindar in Elgeyo Marakwet County, terming him as a hero and a patriotic who put his life on the line for the safety of the country.
After the president's tribute, Deputy President Gachagua also condoled with the family of General Ogolla and the Cdf fraternity, saying that Ogolla was very kind and humorous, adding that his death should strengthen the military to protect our borders and keep peace in the country.
General Ogolla, despite being a very tough general and commander, who is celebrated for his various accomplishments, was also a very humorous man. He was full of very good jokes, and many a time in tense situations, he would make everybody feel comfortable.
Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi mourned General Ogolla as an epitome of humility in the military, adding that he was a brilliant thinker who gave thought on what to say and on what to do, adding that he was truly a deserving and befitting leader of the military.
General Ogolla was a deep and brilliant thinker, not an emotional one. He was not impulsive. He gave very good thought to what he would say and what he intended to do. He was truly a deserving and befitting leader of the military.
Defense Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale has mourned CDF General Ogolla as a friend, a true hero, and a man who rose through various ranks through his hard work, determination to duty, and responsibility towards safeguarding territorial integrity of the nation, leading the forces by example.
As we bid farewell to General Francis Ogolla, let's honor his memory by upholding the values he held very dear: loyalty, honor, and service to our country. And to the Kenya Defense Forces, let us uphold the unity and the camaraderie he championed through his motto, one force, one mission.
Right Honorable Raila Odinga also eulogized CDF General Ogolla as a true nationalist, loving and very humble.
General Ogolla, he showed that he loved his country and he was prepared to serve and die on behalf of his country.
CDF General Ogolla's son, Jorabuku Ogolla, eulogized his father as a spiritual man who always had a Bible with him, adding that he had many plans for the military and his family, urging the military to end banditry to fulfill his father's dream.
Father always alikuwa na mambo matatu kama wewe. They divided it into 4 because he was a foster general. Firstly, you heard from Bishop Lele about his love for God. Somewhere in that helicopter wreck is his Bible. Despite having very many plans for the military and for his family,
General Ogolla will be laid to rest on Sunday, 21st of April 2024 at his home in Siaya County. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Maureen Bosire, Lookuptv.
Still on the same, General Francis Ogolla's funeral will be purely a state function and largely a military burial. This according to Major General Paul Otieno, who is in charge of burial arrangements. The fallen general will be laid to rest tomorrow at his Siaya home, with President William Ruto expected to be at the burial, which will be conducted in a military style. Brian Amwai now reports.
General Francis Ogolla, the man whose life was cut short on Thursday following a military chopper crash that took the lives of 9 other gallant soldiers, will be laid to rest on Sunday at his home in Siaya. A man of his status with a high rank in the military will receive the military honor as the military steps in to send their general to rest 72 hours after his passing, just as he wished when he was alive. According to Major General Paul Otieno, who is in charge of the burial arrangements, the body of the late Ogolla will be flown from the city of Nairobi and taken to Siaya, paving the way for the burial ceremony to start between 9 and 10 a.m.
The plans that we have is that the burial is going to be conducted tomorrow on Sunday, starting from around 9 o'clock in terms of program. And the body is going to be flown from Nairobi using military transports and will be received at Kisumu, we expect by around between 9 to 10 o'clock. From Kisumu to the place where we are, where we're going to receive the body, we are going to use road transport. Already the hearse has been arranged for, and the transport for the dignitaries and other senior VIPs have also been arranged for. I've provided for transportation arrangement of about 500 people from Kisumu. Largely will use communal transport.
The burial service will be held at Senator Obama Primary School grounds in Kogelo, with President William Ruto expected to attend the state function. The function will see different categories of people attend, from the local community to senior government officials and also dignitaries from abroad. The state function and military burial will see protocol strictly adhered to.
In this place where we are seated, and as General Otieno has elaborated the program in terms of how it will run. Now it's going to be open to all members of the public, and it will be a military service, and we expect a number of dignitaries to attend the occasion, led by His Excellency the President. Now, after the service in this...
Yes, other diplomats. Already, I think I've gotten indications that we are getting the Cdf from Namibia should be arriving shortly at Kisumu. I think Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi and others. We are getting this list from State House as well as from the Defense Headquarters, and we'll provide you with updates as soon as we get them. Okay.
Only 50 people will, however, be allowed to access his burial site due to the size of the home, with the general expected to be laid to rest covered in sheets and without a coffin, just as he had wished.
Restricted is not the term that I'll use. We put in place appropriate arrangements to give the general a grand send-off, which is this venue. So everybody is going to be accommodated in this venue. There's no restriction. The burial place is not restricted, but it's just constrained. In our planning, that is what we've taken into account.
His death at 61 comes at a time when his father is celebrating 100 years on earth. The death of a son so young compared to his father's age has robbed the family one rock from their sling. Brian Amuai, Lookuptv, Nairobi.
And that story by Brian Amuai takes us on a fast break right here on Lookup Weekend. And of course, burial plans are set for tomorrow. And of course, at exactly 19 minutes past 9 p.m. Stick around. We'll be coming back with more news for you.
University of Kenya, which was chartered on the 3rd of August 2023, aims to revolutionize higher education by breaking down barriers such as cost, previous exam grades and geographical location through online open learning at the comfort of your home, job, etc., thus ensuring accessibility to education for all members of the society. In a nutshell, Open University of Kenya leverages technology to deliver education.
Open University has brought a new dawn in the Kenya education system, where learners are able to access education in a flexible, affordable, and all-inclusive.
Intakes ongoing for May and September. For more information, call us on 0202000211 or 0202000212 or email us at info@ouk.ac.ke. Open University of Kenya, an innovative university for inclusive prosperity. Come, let us show you place spot to build your dream home in Baraka Garden, situated just 5.4 kilometers from Blue Post Junction along the Thika Gatura Road. Place finest with secure gated community, maji na stima iko on site, usitans na stories za title deeds ziko ready, plus flexible payment plans and financing options. Pay 30% and clear the rest in installments. Get in touch, twende site visit. For more information, contact 0794 333 222 or 0722 668 700 or visit our website www.mahasibuhousing.co.ke. Experience the beauty of Baraka Gardens today.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us from wherever you're watching from. Remember, you can engage us on our socials at Lookuptv. Now, away from the tragic incident in the country, building owners in Bungoma are decrying demolitions of their constructions despite the environment and the land court in Bungoma suspending the exercise along the Masinde Muliro Stadium. As Shamila Baraza now reports, the demolitions are carried out ahead of the Madaraka Day celebrations.
As preparations for Madaraka Day celebrations continue in Bungoma County, there has been a controversy over the demolition of the buildings along Masinde Muliro Stadium. Despite some owners having a court order prohibiting the demolition, the buildings were demolished without the consent of the owners.
It's over 500 million. This building ko hapa. It is not something that mtu can just wake up in the morning and come to destroy it. Na sisi sio wazimu kuchukua pesa aina hiyo kuweka kwa shamba ambayo hatumiliki. We are the owners of this land by virtue of a lease ambayo lease iko na serikali ya county ya Bungoma. Sisi tuko kotini, county iko kotini. Jambo la kushangaza ni kuwa mtu anaamua kuja kuvunja jengo na yeye yuko kotini, kumaanisha haheshimu koti.
Patrick Wangamati, one of the owners, has blamed the National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula and Governor Kenneth Lusaka for failing to protect them, suggesting that the case for the suspension of the demolition was supposed to be heard on Thursday next week.
Tunakuja naangalia nyumba. Yaani serikali yetu ama viongozi wetu ambao wako katika serikali ya Kenya, Governor na Speaker wa National Assembly na yu governor hapa anafanya kwa mkono ya weta.
Residents and businessmen have condemned the action, noting that many of the youth have lost their jobs, while appealing to the government to make developments in the plots instead of leaving it in vain.
Ongea upande wa Wetangula ya kwamba ingekuwa vizuri Weta ndiye mwenye angetutetea kama mtu wa nyumbani, lakini sasa hakuna kututetea. Sasa nasema ya kwamba ingekuwa vizuri, sasa ni kama tuna kiongozi Bungoma kama Weta ingekuwa vizuri angetutetea kama wananchi wa Bungoma.
Shamila Baraza, Lookuptv.
And now, on a sad note, in the media fraternity, veteran journalist Michael Oyer has sadly passed away while receiving treatment at a Nairobi hospital. Oyer worked as an anchor and a presenter at the Standard Group for 9 years before exiting in 2012. He later proceeded to offer counseling services as a psychologist and progressively became an executive leadership coach until his demise. Residents of Pipeline in Nakuru staged a protest today over what they term as an attempt to grab more than 63 acres of their land. The residents marched to Nakuru County Governor's office, accusing high-profile people of colliding with the estate tycoon who sold them the land in a plan to evict them. These and more stories in our news wrap.
Nakuru County residents were up and in arms over what they claimed to be an attempt to grab more than 63 acres of land in the county. The residents marched to the office of the governor where they accused high-profile individuals in the county of colluding with estate tycoon who sold them land in a plan to evict them.
Members, mimi nikiangalia ninaona hii si barua member ile tulikuwa nazo na nililipa kwanza 85 ikakuja imesema paka wakati hata risiti ya sabai siko hapa. Sabai mwenye shamba akiwa wapi? Tukiwa tumefika mahali mpaka tukaingia kwa shamba. Pilot ndio hiyo. Yenye niliingiza mkono ikapigwa muhuri na askari wakiwa masimamia. Tu alikuwa wapi? Si ni ulaghai huo.
Elsewhere, political leaders in Kirinyaga County have called on conflicting communities in the North Rift to put aside their differences and live in peace in honor of fallen soldiers who died in an helicopter crash at Elgeyo Marakwet after a peace mission in the region.
So my prayer to the people who have the conflict, so that you can honor these foreign soldiers. Can we end these conflicts so that we don't have a repeat of the same again, people going that way to go and supervise? Ningewaomba kabisa the different warring groups in North Rift, tafadhali mushikane so that damu isikamwagike tena because of people going all that way.
Elsewhere, Vihiga County Governor Wilberforce Otichilo now wants all agriculture production system to be fully devolved and resources allocated to counties in order to counter food insecurity and fraud scheme witnessed in fake fertilizer scandal.
Agriculture is a devolved function as per our constitution, and therefore we expected that all agricultural production systems, including food availability, accessibility, sustainability, should be the key preoccupation of the counties.
Finally, Mombasa County government has launched a tourism council which will be tasked to revamp the tourism sector in Mombasa. The council is expected to bring together all tourism stakeholders in Mombasa to speak with one voice and push to make sure tourism flourishes in the county.
The purpose and objective of forming this Mombasa Tourism Council is that we wanted to put all the stakeholders together for purpose of coordination and coordination.
Nesmus Msonye, Lookuptv.
And now to some sporting action. 11th place Kariobangi Sharks secured a 3-0 victory against Nzoia Sugar, who are currently at the bottom of the log. John Mark Makwata opened the score line at the 65th minute before Fortune Omoto and Stanley Wilson added the second and that goal for Kariobangi Sharks. The match was played at Police Sacco Stadium. Now, the Kibera soccer ladies secured their spot in the semi-finals of the FKF Women's beg your pardon, let me take that again. Kibera soccer ladies secured their spot in the semi-finals of the FKF Women's Cup following their 3-0 victory against Bungoma Queens at Dandora Stadium. In other matches, defending champions Ulinzi Starlets defeated FC Milima Queens 2-0. Kenya Police Bullets secured their place in the next round with a 4-1 victory against Kangemi Ladies. The last quarter-final match of the FKF Women Cup will take place tomorrow as Kisiwa Starlets face Zetech Sparks at Sudi Stadium. Semi-finals of the tournament will be taking place on the 16th of June. All right, you are now up to date on Lookup Weekend at exactly 30 minutes past 9 p.m. Many thanks for joining us from wherever you've been watching from. And of course, we advise you to stick around for the set burial plans for tomorrow, Cdf Ogolla. And of course, we'll be giving you that live right here on Lookup TV. Many thanks for watching. My name is John Matava. Our sign language interpreter has been Felista Adundo. And of course, the rest of the team that made this bulletin a success, we are saying thank you. Bye-bye for now. Good night.